Okay, we got some bad news. This isn't the news that we were wanting or expecting. They were supposed to pour the pad today, the concrete pad today, but it got postponed. So today's video, we're just going to show you them preparing the pad for the pour. Like I said, we're hoping to get it done today, but it's getting pushed on to next week. It is what it is. That's part of construction. That's part of building a home. I've done this twice. It's the third time, so I'm experienced when it comes to sitting around and waiting to get things done. I mean, it's just part of it. But all right, let's get into the video. Well, good morning everybody. Probably good afternoon to you guys watching this. So I have an interesting video for you guys today. We actually got our pad is ready. It's completely ready for the pour. I got some footage of that I'm going to show you later on in the video, but first I'm going to do my chores. This is the next day. I had to grab my camera and just start recording because I took the girls to school and came back. They was already working, so I didn't get to do my whole intro and all that like I normally do. Right now, corn is cheap. Corn is super cheap right now here in Oklahoma. It is literally 50 pounds. I paid $6.75 for 50 pounds, and we're almost about 5 to 6 weeks out. Right at 5 to 6 weeks out to taking the pigs to the processor. And what we have for the last like 3 or 4 years is the last month we'll put them on corn. So they were actually out of the hog finisher that I usually finish off up till the last 30 days. So I mean, we're 5 6 weeks out. I just went ahead and got all the corn. I think I got 16 bags of corn, and it's going to help us with the deer feeders too. So not only I got some to fill the take care of the pigs for the rest of the time, but I got to fill the feeders up. I won't do that in this video, but yeah, I'm gonna unload all this, do some chores, and then we'll get into the rest of the video of them spreading all the screenings out, and then the exterminator comes and all that stuff. I'll show you guys all that. Then when that's over, I'm going to show you guys. I'm gonna go there and talk to you about everything that's going on with what we got going, when the pour is gonna happen, and all that. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Let me get my chores done, and then we'll jump into over there. So if you do like it, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you that do watch and subscribe. Dinner time. Look how big they're getting. I haven't got to tape them yet. Kind of forgot about it. You don't got to stand right in the middle of it. They're huge. I'm pretty sure every one of these are going to be over 300 pounds. This is some of the biggest stock I think overall that I've ever raised. They are doing awesome. I'm watching that one over there. I need to get my camera out there. I need to put some more deer cameras up. But these pigs are our ideal weight for pigs. Is 250 to 300 pounds. That's where I always try to get them. Sometimes I get a little lower, sometimes I get a little higher, sometimes I get right at 275. It's kind of just year to year with us, and the quality of feed they get. And I think the most important thing is the quality of breed that you get genetic wise. These are some really good genetics. Come from a show stock that got culled out of it that they didn't show. Obviously they came to our new homestead to be freezer meat for other people and us, other families. Hello, ladies. Whoa. Oh, y'all are still laying, huh? I'll leave you three alone. They're lined up. I may need to get a saddle for that one. I think Sue and his boy over there, see him over there, they are really doing a number on certain hens. I don't know, they got their favorites or what, but I think I'm gonna get online and order a saddle for that one because this back's pretty raw. And yeah, that's not good. That's really, that white one has a little bit, but that one's a lot. Look at this. And that's one that we hatched out. Oh, before we get into all the work today, if you guys have not heard yet, which you probably have, you've been watching my channel, we are putting on a Okie Homesteading Expo in March of 2022. Our sales are actually going, the ticket sales are going to go on sale online at okiehomesteading.com October 1st. And I think they said, I think we're going to put them on sale at noon, high noon on the 1st. That's either Friday or Saturday. I can't remember exactly. I have to look. So if you guys are interested in that, there's going to be limited supply for the first 2 days. That's the whole hog processing class. But the third day is unlimited. You guys can get as many tickets you want. Tickets that you want, 17 and under, are free for the third day for the main big expo. So if that's something you're interested in, go check out okiehomesteading.com. We've announced 3 speakers. We just announced Cog Hill Family Farm on our other YouTube channel. So if you haven't went over there and subscribed to Okie Homesteading on YouTube, go subscribe, because that's where we're putting all the main updates and just keep you guys in the loop. That way we're not throwing those kind of videos on our main channels. There's one place that everyone can go to get information. We also have Facebook and Instagram, and our email is okiehomesteading@yahoo.com if you got any questions. We're taking vendor applications. We've already signed, I think they've already approved several vendors, if I can remember correctly. The committee's doing all that. So yeah, if you guys are interested in coming to our to Oklahoma's biggest homesteading expo of next year, go check out their websites. Okay, you guys can see they're out here and they're getting the pad ready. I guess you might say, yeah, they're getting the pad ready. They're putting all the screenings in there. They're getting all the screenings up to grade. Then once they get all that laid out, then the exterminator's coming to do the termite treatment. Then they'll put the moisture barrier on and then the rebar. So we'll bring you along today. I just have to go down and get a cover for one of the bathrooms, and I'm done completely. They're just filling it all in. I'll show you a little bit of that process, and then once the day goes on, we'll show you what else is going on. Okay, we're gonna dig out the spot for the fireplace. I got it all marked out, so we're just gonna be a little bit lower spot, around 8 inches or so of concrete there with the rebar and all that. So I'll show you a little bit of that. Okay, we got the pest control people here. It's actually Heartland Pest Control. It's a local company in Pryor. So if you guys are looking for one locally, they treated my last house also. And I was just talking to them a little bit about this treatment. Supposed to last 7 to 10 years. They kind of hit and miss on that. You really don't know. But I'm going to record him spraying and show you guys the process before, because I've never actually seen them spray. I've always been gone the last 2 places we've had to spray, and they did. So we get to see it together. Okay, he is done spraying for termites. That's, like I said earlier, supposed to last 7 to 10 years. We'll wait and see. But now they're going to put the moisture barrier down, so I'll record that and I'll come back in a minute. We'll get you guys, show you guys doing this.
Are you at the edge? Yeah. You just want it right to the edge of the gravel? Right there? Yeah.
No, I think it's broke.
It ain't broke.
Operator error?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Heck yeah.
So it was an operator error. You did a good job. They're the ones messing it up.
Yeah.
He said, give me that. I had to do better than that.
I'm glad I'm not on the end of it.
Well, that probably won't be either. Yeah, I'm going to add some to that one. Get down there and work. I'll film you work.
I like this, getting to actually film someone else for change. Okay, as you can see, it is all ready to be poured. So they went with the fiberglass rebar. You guys can look that up. I'm not the most familiar with the fiberglass rebar. I wasn't until they were going to put it on mine. So I did some research, and they said this fiberglass rebar is actually like 7 times stronger than regular rebar, and it's less likely to corrode, whatever you want to call it, compared to the regular steel rebar. So it's actually better in the long run. I think it's actually cheaper too. I think one of the only downfalls that I was reading about it is that you can't actually bend this rebar, and you can see in the video they're actually bending this stuff over. Check this out. They're actually tying regular steel rebar in from the footing to the pad itself. They're able to bend that, that was straight up and down. They bent it and tied it into the fiberglass rebar. I think I scanned, I think it's called light bar, and that's what they're going to do for all this. You can see I got my moisture barrier down. That's very important to have. So it's very important to have a moisture barrier down, because the pole barn, we didn't put one in. I think it's kind of hit and miss. I'd rather have one on. It costs like $150 extra to have this put down, to buy it, and it took them 15 minutes to lay it down. You guys seen it in the video. Didn't take any time at all. This is actually a little bit easier layout because it's 44 by 45, so it's basically a square. So it's worth the $150, because if you don't have this, the potential for moisture to come up through the concrete is more likely than it is to not, if you don't have a barrier. I guess that makes sense. So this barrier keeps the moisture from coming up through the concrete and ruining your floors. So if you have hardwood floors or even tile, the moisture could really put a damage on that. Now, we did our pole barn and our farmhouse. I didn't put one of these down on the pole barn, and we lived in it for 5 years, and we never had a problem with moisture. So I'm not saying you're gonna have a problem with it, but you could if you don't. So we never had one there in 5 years, but it's not to say another 15 years you couldn't, or 10, or you know what I'm saying. So it's as cheap as this is to put down, for that extra protection, I think it's well worth it. You can see where this is dug out. This is 8 inches, going to be 8 inches thick. This is where we're going to put the masonry heater. I laid a few more pieces of rebar in there. I'm going to come back and put a couple more and tie it in, just to have that thickness in there, because we're going to have a lot of weight sitting on there. Now, I had some comments in a picture I posted if this was enough rebar. I think for the most part it looks like they're about a foot apart, maybe a little bit more, 16 inches apart. I would assume that's enough. If not, they can put some more before they pour, I guess. But this is how this is pretty common. This is pretty common. There's a couple wider spots I might go ahead and put a piece on. We got some extra ones over here. I'll do that off video if I need to. But for the most part, I think it looks great. Now, they do sell some little, I guess you call them spacers, that you would put up underneath the rebar to get them off the ground, get them at that level that you need. From my experience, the people around here, when it's pouring, they lift it up. They lift it up and let it settle in the middle. So if I can go find some of those spacers, I might get some of those. I don't think it's that big of a deal, because like I said, I've seen a lot of pads poured, and I'm telling you that every one I've seen, they just lift it up, and it seems to work great. So what they're doing here, they're going to do a thickened edge all the way around. If you guys can see this, the thickened edge is, a normal slab bed I think is 3.5 to 4 inches, and then the thickened edge is going to be like a foot or whatever. That's probably like 11. I think those are like 11. They're 2 by 12s, but I think they're like 11 inches something. So it's literally going to be, the thickened edge is going to be on top of the footing itself. So that just gives it even more all the way around the whole house. So we're not going to have any issues when it comes to supporting our foundation. Our foundation is going to be great. So we should have no issues when it comes to settling and all that over here with the thickened edge and the 18-inch footing that they poured. In Oklahoma, 18 inches is the frost line. In your area, it might be more. It might be 30 inches. So with the footing, they go down to the frost line, and that's usually where they cap it at. And that's pretty common practice, I think, across the country. But our frost line here in Oklahoma is only 18 inches, so we don't have to go near as deep on the footings. But I'm very relieved that I got the plumbing done. It passed. It passed with the grade A, and I'm just relieved got that out of the way. Saved me quite a bit of money on doing it myself. Hopefully it should, no problem. We'll have to wait and see whenever we go to start framing. Hopefully all the plumbing lines up like just how I had my string lines, and we have no issues there. But you know, there's always something. You're always going to run into something. So it's kind of just, we'll have to deal with it when it comes. But overall, I'm very happy that I did my plumbing myself. We did a very basic style house, and I did that for a reason. That way me and Brandy could frame it, and I could attempt to do the plumbing and stuff like that. We don't have any crazy cutouts and things like that for the walls and all that. It's just basically a box that we're building to live in. It's going to be 1,980 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, with a really big living room. That's one thing that we really wanted, that we when we lived in the pole barn, is that we had a big living area, and we really enjoyed that with the family. That's where we're spending most of your time. All you're doing is sleeping in the bedroom, so you spend most of the time with the family out in the living room. So you can't. It probably looks small. When you guys looking at it, houses always look small before the walls and sheetrock and all that stuff go up. Once you start framing it up and putting the walls up, it opens. It looks bigger. It really does. It makes the rooms look bigger. Right now, it's just hard to see just how big it is because it's all just open. I can give you a basic idea, so you can see where these two vents are. Actually, that's actually a sink, going to be a vent, and the other toilet vent right there. That's actually the wall. That's the wall to the living room. So that's going to be the living room wall right there, and then and that's the island to the kitchen. So you can see just how big this living area is, and that's I'm telling you guys, that's a really oversized living area. And I think you guys will be able to tell pretty good once we get the walls up, like I said, and then when we get the masonry heater in there. I'm super excited about that. I'm actually going to start. I gotta go get my wood splitter from my buddy Bo's. I'm actually going to start when I'm not working on this in the cabin, because we're gonna start working on the cabin again too. I'm gonna start splitting some wood and getting it stacked, because the plan is to have this wood stove, get this dried in as quick as we can, then get the wood stove put in. It's actually a masonry heater. Get it installed, and then we can start burning heat in there as we're working. So I got a little bit of wood. I got probably maybe a half a rick, probably a rick around the property that's already cut, but needs to be split, and I need to get some more. I need to get an area where I can stack it and start letting it dry out a little bit. So we can start burning our own wood for heat in here. So that's the plan. So stay tuned, because there's going to be breaks in between the build, obviously, on us waiting on stuff or whatever. So we're going to be jumping into the cabin. Probably next week, you guys might see us working on the cabin a little bit. I don't know. We'll just kind of wait and see. I'm wanting to get the sawmill going and do all that. We'll just, if time permits, we will. So right now, this is Thursday. They got this done, and then we're going, actually today's Friday. Yesterday they did this. They were going to pour today, but it just didn't work out. So they're actually going to pour next week, sometime middle of the week, sometime in there. And I'll get footage of all that to show you guys that. But we may be jumping in and doing some other projects while we're waiting on this to be poured. So if you guys want to see anything that I haven't showed on the property recently, let me know. We got to get we got stuff going on everywhere. We got to get the well house. We got to get it all dried in and get that ready to go, because probably our first freeze is about 6 weeks out. So we got a lot of work on our hands. We got a lot of work cut out for us, and I'm excited to get this. I'm excited to get this part done. But we got other projects too that we can work on in between, not only for you guys but for us, things that we need to get done. So yeah, I think that's all I got for you guys in today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Those guys did a really good job on doing all that. If you got any suggestions, let me know down in the comment section. Like I said about the rebar, I have some questions. Does that have enough rebar? That looks like pretty common practice out here in Oklahoma to me. There might have been a few wide spots. I'll lay some down. We'll kind of just go with it. But I think overall, we're going to be super satisfied with the job they're doing out here, and we're just ready to get done. So with that being said, I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along today's video. Like I said earlier, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you like this video, smash that like button, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.